Oh,
That's
yep.
nice.
This way I can update it with exactly what results I want to show, and
Yeah,
I can put this up on the live stream and all that.
that's
But
really cool. I like that. All right.
Uh, oh, okay, that's what this little bracket master link is. Okay.
yep,
Yeah.
bracket maker, not bracket master.
Whatever.
Okay. By the way, it's live right now, so sound check. Yeah. Hopefully the
Sound
sound's all
check.
good and all that.
Sound check.
All right.
Okay. I think I have the music playing right now. Yeah, I do. Okay, hopefully that all sounds good. I don't think there's anyone watching right now.
Okay. I could watch it if
Yeah.
you
Oh,
wanted.
we've got 8 people. Eight
Yeah,
people.
we have quite a bit of people watching it right now.
I could try muting you guys and then listen to it myself.
Go for it.
What's the
Yeah,
link?
go ahead.
Twitch.tv/Mythonian, man. Come on, you know.
Oh,
I also have it posted on my forum and in all the tournaments, so yeah, you
Yeah.
have it 3 ways. Oh man,
right.
man,
3.
man. When did it go live? Because I'm wondering if I said something I shouldn't have.
No, it
When
was
did it go
like
live? Because I'm
5 seconds
wondering
before
if
I
I
said.
said something I shouldn't have.
No,
Oh,
like
okay.
5 seconds before I said that it was.
Good, good. Oh,
Like
okay.
5 seconds
Next
before I
on
said
the stream, we divulge all of Lolowut's secrets.
it. Be looking forward to it. Okay. Well, once kcscrag gets back and tells us how the sound
I'm,
is.
I can't. I don't remember how to turn people down in this. I turned the speakers down to
Skype?
0 and
Yeah.
it's still. Oh, never mind. There we go.
There's
Yeah.
a mute.
For some
Yeah.
reason, that volume setting wasn't working right for me.
All right.
Just make sure you don't have Skype set to automatically adjust it or whatever, and you should be fine. We've got 11 people now.
No, that was off. I don't know.
I like the first
What was
matchup
up
of
with that? But
Schwinnigan
whatever.
versus Brisk. That's going to be an interesting game. Schwinnigan versus Brisk.
Yep.
Schwinnigan complaining that he did not get a bye. Yeah, no. Out of all the people in this tournament, that's one guy who should not get a bye.
Indeed. Okay, hold on. I need to add a new scene for this. Position.
Oh yeah. This bracket that he's putting up here. This is so we can control what you guys see, so that it gives you more of that live feel, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not. The music seems pretty quiet, but I could hear it a little bit. Yeah, I think. If that
Okay.
was dispersion relation, I don't remember that song.
Well,
I'm
there's
assuming
another
it
one.
was. All right, let me try that.
Yeah, I was looking at the stream. It all looks good, so that's a plus.
That's probably too loud music. Because I can hear it. Usually I'm not supposed to be able to hear my own music.
Oh no, that's actually perfect.
Oh, it was?
I thought that was good.
Like right now or where it was a second ago?
There we go. I thought that volume was perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute you guys and listen to it.
Okay.
To me, it sounded like the volume you had was perfect. It was just quiet enough.
Okay.
It sounded great. Apparently, that other song was pretty quiet. I don't know. All right.
Okay, let me mess with cropping a little bit more.
Cropping. cropping. What are you cropping?
Look at
Alright,
this.
that's the music sounds pretty good.
Okay.
I think so too.
Okay, let's see. I'm like really messing with this right now.
Really?
Oh,
That's fine.
okay. That doesn't really look good. No chroma key for that.
Hmm. Yeah, I really like the turnout for this tournament with Nico, Timinator, Schwenigan, Brisk.
Oh yeah.
Zerby is back again. Yeon, hey. Um, they're all really great players.
Oh yeah.
It really looks like it.
It looks. I can't
Players
tell
here.
what the final is going to be because it could be Timinator versus Schwenigan, hey versus Schwenigan. It could be Timinator versus Brisk, and then you throw in Nico on the first bracket. Oof.
Oh yeah.
It just
And-
throws everything just out of
Uh-huh.
sync.
And you know, there's always those possibilities of upsets coming out from nowhere.
Yeah, like the Harapatier
Oh
versus hey game. That one.
Oh, Kingu is Herapatir?
No.
yeah. No, we're talking
had-
about last week.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, alright.
Yeah, last week we had a game to where hey said he just didn't play that well, and Harapatier was able to beat him, and we thought that final was going to be Schwenigan versus hey.
And it wasn't. Interesting.
Yeah, it just wasn't. That was a good game though. It was fun to watch.
I think that actually might have been one of the ones I saw on that stream. Just on the,
The VOD.
what was on YouTube.
Yeah, hopefully this one isn't 3 hours 30 minutes.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
It was pretty long, so I don't really expect a whole lot of people to.
But I think
Fizzler
I
said
saw
he skipped through it and was watching some of the VOD.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And he says he's going to watch the whole thing this time. I doubt that.
Good luck.
I'm going to check if we have any games in which somebody's not playing because I wasn't able to make it a real-time tournament because last time Fizzler was able to overwrite that. Yeah. So, I'm just going to
Yeah.
take a look. I don't really expect anybody to drop out of this one because everybody joined really quickly.
Yeah.
Like, there's like 5 seconds in between inviting everybody and then it becoming full, so.
Wow.
Last time it took like 20 minutes because we had somebody who would just not join for whatever reason.
Yeah, there tends to be someone like that most of the time. When you have big brackets or even 30-man brackets.
We've only got 16 this time.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's how many
Yeah,
we had last time also. Well, we had 15 last time because we gave a bye.
Well, it looks like everybody's taking their turn, so.
Yep.
That's good.
Awesome. Apparently 2 games over already. Shh. Sorry about that.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to completely hide all information until we have to say it.
Oh yeah. That's why we're displaying this as a bracket instead of the WarLight bracket.
Ah, I see. All right, that's why you did it. Got it.
Yep.
I
Originally,
was
I was
curious
going to
about that.
originally I was going to do it by screenshots, but Mythonian decided to make his own bracket so he could control it.
This is
Uh,
easier.
yeah, such a much better idea.
Yeah.
I like this. A lot easier to work than screenshots. That would be annoying.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, I have like a little program that I just click and crop over the screen, and it will automatically upload it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, crowd's asking for a game to watch, so I suggest the Nico versus M Sigma V Sigma game.
Oh.
Or
I
just
didn't
call him M.
For some
Like
reason, when I tried to copy and paste those sigmas into here, it just put S instead of a sigma. I didn't notice that until just now.
Alright, so let's take a look at that one.
All right. Ah,
Bang.
dang.
All hail my hand, the crowd.
Okay. You're right.
Really?
Okay, so Nico versus Movo, or however you want to pronounce it.
Um, Alright, so,
I don't remember what those Greek symbols were.
yeah, it's Sigmas.
Sigma. There we go. That was a lowercase sigma.
Very interesting setup for the map. I'm not really seeing any first turn bonuses, but so it looks like coverage is going to be a little bit more important in this game.
Well, I see one first turn bonus that's in West Africa, but
No,
you get all
that's
three: Mali, Nigeria, and Kenya. I mean Somalia, but that's
we discredit 3 pick 1 turn bonuses because it's just really a waste of a 3rd pick. So
all right. Let's see. But yes, that's the only one I see over here. Everything else is, as you said, there aren't any one-turn picks.
I think some of the probable picks would be South America, West Russia, um, East China, or Indonesia. Maybe Antarctica as a counterpick to the probable South America. And then Scandinavia is going to be a hard one to pick, in my opinion, because you're going to have that problem with somebody picking West Russia or Central Russia. It can be countered way too easily. So this is going to be very interesting ideas on how they end up picking. So let's take a look at what they ended up deciding to do.
Let's see. Nico selected Somalia and Nigeria for his first.
Oh, this is yeah, Nico. So yeah, we see Africa because Africa has no wastelands and it probably the best idea to expand. Um, I'm liking the East China Indonesia pick. That one's pretty good. And then we have Scandinavian West Russia, and that one, I don't see how he's ever going to get both as 5th and 6th pick, but it's good counters.
Might as well. They're 5th and 6th pick. They're not likely. Normally, anyway.
And he actually picks a 7th pick.
Sure, why not? Uh,
Pick all the picks. I'm surprised nobody went South America because I felt it would be a pretty good counter to Africa, and it's just overall a pretty good bonus. Hmm. So, moving on to Sigma Boy.
one first pick was in Finland. Second in he picked South America. Third pick in Nigeria. He's not going to get that. And
Yeah.
fourth,
So,
Scott.
the fourth and Scott is going to screw him over because he's going to he's not going to be able to expand through Antarctica that fast, and then he might be able to counter Nico well in Africa, but it depends on how experienced of a player he is to actually handle Nico in Africa. And then we have Scandinavia, which is going to be a safe bonus,
Yeah, that's that's pretty funny up there.
which is really funny because I expected
Yeah.
fighting over, the Russia because that almost happens every game that there's this nice fight over Russia. So,
Yeah, really. It's very common. It's not happening this game. That's pretty funny.
but then again, Scandinavia is a two-turn bonus, not too fast, but so Nico will have that four bonus in West Africa by the time the Sigma guy has the Scandinavian bonus, if he decides to go for Scandinavia first.
Well, South America is also a two-turn bonus, so.
But he's not going to be able to complete it in two turns because he's going to be threatened by Nico.
Oh yeah, that's true. But
So
I'm saying that he might go for that first. That's normally what I'd think to do.
I would I would go for Scandinavia first because with nobody picking West Russia, it's safe.
I see what you're saying there.
Yeah, and
He
yeah,
knows it's safe for the
that's
first few turns because no
yeah,
one can touch him unless there's someone in Greenland. And that's not very
unlikely in
likely.
this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so unless somebody's picked Central Russia, there's not any way that he's going to be disturbed in Scandinavia. So
Yep.
it should be. It's interesting how these picks play out.
And even then, even if someone's in Central Russia, he's got 3 turns to worry about that. At least.
Schwinnigan does not like Nico's
Actually, 4
picks.
turns.
Yeah, I agree. They're not very they don't really counter some of the major areas of the game. And if Nico was playing a much more experienced player, this probably would be very detrimental to him. Anyways,
I'm reading his comments.
so oh, and just by the way, Sigma ends up picking 8 picks. I don't know why people are going above 6 picks in these games.
Yeah, I don't know either. I guess they just felt like having fun and picking more picks than they needed to. We're
Guess
starting with 4 territories this game, everybody. Just so you know.
yeah. So let's move on to turn 1 and see what they end up getting.
Yep, I think it was pretty clear from their numbered picks what they were going to get to. Of course, Nico gets his Nigeria, Somalia, and Hong Kong. And then our Sigma guy, Movo, I'm gonna call him Movo, starts yeah, starts in Finland, Venezuela, and Scott.
Yep. Like I said, the most probable strategy for him is to go for Scandinavia, and if he doesn't, this is going to be very hard for him to beat this 4 bonus in 2 turns. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious to see where exactly he ends up going.
Let's see here.
Oh, it seems like he goes for South America.
Yeah. And there he meets Nico in Nigeria.
Yep. This is not going to end up well for Movo. He should have known that
Um,
the
um,
safest pick would have been in Scandinavia.
he's in a bit of trouble there. Well, we'll see here. If Nico handles this right, he should. He should be able to defend Nigeria, I think. And he does. And he takes West Russia, West Africa, in the next turn. Ooh.
Oh, this is very interesting. We see a very aggressive move by Movo here. So he actually attacks Nigeria, but he does it in the wrong order. I think, no, wait, he doesn't. He's just not able to beat it.
No, it was close, but no, Nico had one left over.
If he had won that, that would have changed the game substantially right there. Okay, and as we see,
I'd say so.
Movo does get his Scandinavian bonus, but he is down in South America. So, depending on how Nico is able to handle it, we see Nico getting close to getting all of East China. Seems he'll get it next turn.
Yep, he just positions himself so he can take both of those last two spots next turn.
Yep.
Just to get a bigger lead than he already has.
But as we see, Movo will also be able to get Antarctica, assuming that he lets South America go, which he does.
Yep. And this puts him in a really annoying spot to fight from because Nico's got to... Well, Nico has East Africa he can expand in, and Movo... He's
right there.
in trouble.
Yeah, and Movo was not able to... Movo wasted 3 armies, putting them on Brazil and protecting it, as we see here. And this puts Nico in the positioning advantage and the income advantage. So, as we can see from here, it seems Movo also uses his blockade card, which is very important to point out because now he will not be able to stop Nico from taking South America. He now has to enter South America to ensure that that isn't taken.
Wow.
Very, very good move by Nico. I guess he just knew his opponent was not going to focus enough into South America to stop it.
It's a very good idea indeed. And I think you could see that too, just by how much he placed the turn before, and it worked out. Wow. Let's see. And are you on turn 6 now?
Mm-hmm. As we see Movo entering into South America, we knew he was going to have to do that. And we see both players have their reinforcement card this turn. It seems Movo is able to gain a little bit of positioning advantage because he's able to get himself into South Africa as well. So he's going to be able to counter East and West Africa pretty well. But we're going to see how this plays out because Nico is going to be able to strike hard into Antarctica the next turn.
Yes. Oof. And Nico is also positioning himself in Indonesia to take that bonus.
Pretty soon, too.
And turn 7.
Okay, as we see.
Yep.
Movo going for Australia, which is very odd that he would try at this point because Australia is going to take way too long to take. So, as we see here, Movo is giving up his position in South America, which is going to definitely change the game.
Well, they trade bonus. Well, they trade spots in for West Africa. And
But
South America.
As we see, Nico can afford to do that because he's got Indonesia basically wrapped up next turn. So he's not too worried about this.
Oh yeah, and he can also take South America pretty easily.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to break Antarctica. So this position, Movo should have put less in Africa and focused more on keeping that positioning in South America. He even plays an order priority card to make sure he gets Somalia. Huh.
I guess. I'm very
I'm
curious about that.
that's
If you were going to put enough guys in Somalia to take Kenya, then attacking it with
2.
that doesn't really make sense to prioritize that.
And he's not able to put enough into Antarctica to defend it, so why does he even bother? You know.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what he was thinking there.
So as we can see here, after this turn it's just over.
Yeah,
Just
Nico blockades in West Africa to make sure that Movo can't get that bonus. It's oof.
And now he also can't border again with South America, so
Yes, that's a perfect placement for a blockade.
so it was just after this Movo should have just surrendered.
Yeah, I agree.
Of course, the players aren't able to see what we're seeing. Maybe Movo didn't know that Nico had another 4 bonus, which he should have known because of how much Nico is able to deploy per turn.
Yeah, depends on how much he was paying attention to that.
Yeah, and as we can see, it's just downfall after downfall after this.
Yeah. When your opponent gets over twice the number of reinforcements, things don't typically go well.
Nope.
And that's really where the game wraps up. And for the last 3 or 4 turns of the game, it's just Movo getting completely slaughtered in Antarctica.
Yep. Unfortunate demise for Movo.
Mm-hmm. And
That
the game finishes up with, of course, Movo.
surrendering.
Yeah. With only his Scandinavia bonus.
Yep. Well, congratulations, Nico, on your win. So that was an interesting game. As we can see, the picks on both sides were very questionable. However, the play style of Nico was able to overcome any disadvantages.
Yeah, just a second. I lost the game. I have the tournament link.
All right.
Where is that?
Okay, the next game that we're going to be looking at is Schwenningen versus Brisk, which is one of the games I wanted to look at originally anyway.
All right. Yes, here we go. And let's see. Well, East US is pretty much dead. In Europe, Wastelands, Middle East, Scandinavia is not viable this time. Indonesia, and in East Russia. Huh.
Hold on, I'm waiting for Mythonian to set up the stream. There we go. It's a little bit of lag for me. Hmm. We No, that's not a one-turn bonus. West Russia is not a one-turn bonus. It looks like one.
No.
Yet again, not any one-turn bonuses, so coverage much more important in this game. Some interesting two-turn picks would be Antarctica and South America getting South America in 2 turns. West Africa, East Africa getting, West Africa in 2 turns. You can also get West Russia in 2 turns by picking Central and West.
Yep. And yep. And then that Caucasus.
Alright, hold on, I'm stepping out.
Okay. Okay, me and KC for this game, it seems. So we have picks for Shevinigan, Cuba, Venezuela, Omsk, Moscow, India, Sipil.
All right.
What are your opinions about these picks?
Ooh, let's see. Well, Scandinavia, of course, is not viable. Africa looks pretty good, and that spot, well, let's see. Yeah, Africa looks pretty good. Most of Eurasia is free, for the most part. West Russia, Central Russia, Caucasus, India. Those look like areas where you could expand pretty quickly if you needed to. Central America.
Overall, good picks in my opinion. I mean, with these positions for the wastelands, I'm not seeing really a whole lot of fantastic positions to be in. No, like,
Yeah, there are no
amazing
one-turn
things,
bonuses.
but yeah. So in terms of two-turn bonuses, is really the best you can do. I mean, Antarctica, Australia is not too bad, but
No.
I like these
No,
picks.
it's not at all. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see what they think. I'm not really sure what I would pick. There are a bunch of different choices, I think.
Yep. Comparatively, Brisk chose Jingzi, Moscow, Venezuela, Cuba, Chad, and then Omsk. So he put more of a focus in Asia instead of in the Americas. Which is fine. I mean, he's going to get 2 4s. He's focusing on 2 4s, East China and West Russia. He could get one of those in 2 turns, and then the other one probably the turn after that.
Well, he's planning on getting at least one spot in Central America, or the Americas. So I wouldn't say he's taking away too much focus over there. He's got them reasonably spread out. And I like these picks. They're pretty good looking to me.
Yep. Gives him a lot of other expansion points for what he gets.
And Shevinigan, he of course places more of an emphasis on the Americas.
Yep.
1 and 2.
And he gets them, obviously.
Yeah. Yep, of course.
And we do see that Brisk puts he focuses on West Africa, moving into Nigeria. This is because that he knows that Schwinnigan has both Venezuela and Cuba, because these were his third and fourth picks, and he ended up getting his fifth pick. So Brisk knows that Schwinnigan is in Cuba and Venezuela. But comparatively, Schwinnigan got his first three picks, 1, 2, 3, so he doesn't know anything for certain about where Brisk located. He can guess, but he doesn't have anything solid, while Brisk knows 2 of the 3 locations for Schwinnigan.
Yep. And we can already tell there's going to be some fighting for South America and West Africa,
Yep.
and then West Russia, Central Russia.
We've got the standoff already after turn 1 in Nigeria, Brazil. But Schwinnigan will have those extra 3 guys from Cuba. We'll see if those come into play a lot. Turn 2, it seems Brisk is transferring a bit of his focus into Hong Kong, putting 4 of his guys over there, trying to get a bonus. And Schwinnigan attacks last move with 10, giving him a 7-2 advantage afterwards. And he ended up attacking 10 against 8. So
Yeah, that was a good attack, I think.
yeah, keeps
Puts
the pressure
on.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And then Brisk is closing off East China in the next turn. Tries to get away to Chad to keep a space over here at least so we can get a bonus. And then this is when Schwinnigan goes for all of South America. And we see that Brisk gets denied in Taiwan, so now this puts Schwinnigan 1 turn ahead in terms of getting a bonus.
Ouch. Yeah, he's gonna really suffer in West Africa over there now.
Yep. And also, Schwinnigan's got those 2 territories in central Russia, so he may be in a position to get all of that if he puts guys over there, or in 2 turns really. I don't know if he can do it all in 1 turn, but he does try putting 9 there in Omsk.
Oh wow. Never mind. Schwinnigan decides, okay, well, I know I'm looking alright in South America, so wow, he decides to go for the whole Central Russia bonus.
And he does get it.
Yeah.
3s on everything. 80% chance of victory, and he got it. And then we've got that standoff again, 7-7, except Schwinnigan is up by 4. In 1 turn he got South America, the very next turn gained Central Russia. Great play by him. This means that he gets 2 bonuses by the time Brisk gets his first bonus. So this puts him in a really good position.
Way in the lead. And then Brisk, thinking he has the advantage. Oh, well, I'm not sure. Are you on turn 5?
Yep.
Okay. Brisk, thinking he has the advantage here, attacks out of Nigeria and runs into a surprise.
Yeah, bang. Losing like
Oof.
almost everything out of that 19. Yeah, that really puts him in a terrible position. And then last move, Schwinnigan, after having a bunch of 1s to delay it,
Yeah, he had a lot of moves.
and taking it over. And then we do see that this turn, Schwinnigan's the only one who gets a card piece, so that puts Brisk even farther behind. So not only does Schwinnigan have 2 bonuses, but he's also now in a position to fight over West Africa, and there's not a whole lot Schwinnigan can do Brisk can do to stop it. And Brisk doesn't really have another place to expand in. I mean, he did attack in Ufa, but did not get it. So Schwinnigan knows that he's there now. So he's not even going to be able to work on that.
Ouch.
Not even going to be able to position to threaten Central Russia.
That sucks for him, man. That's at this point though, with this lead, man,
Oh yeah.
I'm not even sure if threatening Central Russia would be able to save Brisk at this point. Oof. But he, of course, does not take Ufa, so that's not even a possibility, because Schwinnigan of course, knows that he's in West Russia now, and then attacks it for his
Yeah.
first move.
So at this point, there's really nowhere Brisk can easily expand to. He can get Southeast Asia, but that's going to take 3 turns to get, and it's just going to take way too long for him to be able to do anything like that. So at this point, game's effectively over.
Yeah,
There's really no
I'd agree.
easy way to come back. Finnegan's starting to work on Central America.
Yep. And Brisk can't expand because wherever he runs to from the spots that he's already touching Shvinigan, well, Shvinigan will chase him, so.
Oh yeah, and he's
Can't
been
do anything
eliminated
about
from West Russia as Finnegan gets in a position to get all of that bonus. And he's nearly eliminated from West Africa. So it's just nothing is going right for him at all.
No. He's still holding that spot in Chad, but it's not doing much good for him.
He is getting in a position to get to Western Siberia, trying to throw in that bonus as best he can.
But at this point, Shvinigan is getting about twice the number of reinforcements. It just, I don't really see, even if he took Western Siberia, I can't imagine.
He does get it on turn 9, but he doesn't end up doing anything with it because he gets eliminated from West Africa. So he admits defeat, realizing that there's no way he can out-expand him, and even if he can manage to break Central Russia, it's just not going to do him any good in the long run.
No, it's not. Shvinigan was so far ahead by that point, it didn't matter. So anyway.
Yep. So, good game. Brisk and Shvinigan. Shvinigan taking out the win. One thing to note, Shvinigan won last week's live tournament, so congratulations to him. So far, he's looking pretty good this tournament, so we'll see if someone can knock him out from 2 times in a row. Okay. Going back to the standings.
Let's see if he can defend his championship.
Shvinigan winning his game.
Alright, what do you want to look at next?
Hold on. That may be the only... Those will probably be the only first round games that we're going to watch. Yep. Kingu and Triple H, they want to see their game. You want to do their game?
Sure.
Okay.
Alright. So this looks like a long game. Alright. 17-turn game. Let's see what happened. I love those longer games.
Oh yeah. Okay. So in this game, just to get it relatively fast, hey, choosing Brazil, Congo, Svalbard as his first 3, followed by Myanmar, Borneo, Murmansk. This puts him in a position in South America and West Africa to get 2 4 bonuses in 2 turns. And then he does have that Scandinavia one, which he will probably focus on after that. Well,
Yep, that's South
2 4
America.
bonuses in
Looks
4
pretty good.
turns, not 3 turns.
Let's see. There were a few one-turn picks that people could have done. Scandinavia
Southeast Asia.
or Southeast Asia, but
Yeah.
they didn't try to do it, and I can't really blame them. They're pretty annoying sometimes if someone gets one of those other picks.
Okay, switching over to Kingu. We see he also went Brazil first. And then his number 2 and 3 are in around Indonesia. So apparently he wanted to focus on Indonesia.
Yeah, it looks like it.
He's got alternates in Myanmar, Svalbard, and Murmansk. Overall, good picks from both of them, in my opinion.
Yeah, they definitely aren't bad picks. South America is really a very good pick in this, to me anyway. It looks great.
Yep. Oh.
That
There we go.
spot in Panama, you know
Screen's fixed.
Central America is not going to be a problem.
Yep. Okay.
Since Congo, West Africa, that spot is so far away. he doesn't need to worry about it for a few turns, and he can get the whole bonus. If someone,
Yep.
No one would start in West Africa in this spot. They can't even expand well afterwards.
Yeah. Well, going on to the next turn, we see that Kingu getting Brazil, Hey getting his alternate picks, and Svalbard, Myanmar, Congo, with Kingu getting Brazil, Borneo, and Taiwan. So Kingu got his first 3 picks. So he doesn't know where Hey is exactly. Hey though lost his first pick, and I think that was the only one that he lost. He got second, third, and fourth. Yeah. Wrong button. Bang. Getting out of history. Spoiler alert. Okay. Okay, well, we see that first turn, KA focusing in Western Asia, and as expected, Kingu focusing in Indonesia.
You mean Western
Ooh,
Africa?
Indonesia.
Sorry? No.
Kingu focusing in Indonesia.
You said Western Asia at one point, and I was wondering what you were talking about.
I said Western Asia? Oh, well. Interestingly, we do see Triple H getting denied Thailand. However, Kingu has Malaysia, so now he knows that Hey is in Myanmar. What Hey does not know that he's in Malaysia.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty annoying for
All right.
HHH. Man.
Oh, and Lolowut's back.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'll step out of this then.
All right. This is. I really like the picks here by Hey. We have not been seeing a lot of great maps in this tournament so far, but we see that the experienced players know how to deal with this. I was more along the lines expecting Hey to get to get Indonesia, but seems he did not.
Nope.
All right. He has a great counter coming in for the South American bonus, and with that knowledge, knowing how to counter it, this is going to be quite a great game to go through.
Yes, and we do, and Kingu does end up using the knowledge of Triple H being in Myanmar from when he failed to get Thailand to block him from getting that, and now he has Indonesia. So at the end of turn 2, he's up by 4, and then they see each other in Nigeria, Brazil, and
so right here, Kingu is abusing the crap out of his positioning advantage, which is a great way to play against HHH, because you just never know how you're going to beat this such a great player like this. We see HHH decides that, hey, defense is just not going to work out, so let's finish Scandinavia, which was the best idea to do at this point, not being able to get West Africa or Southeastern Asia. So,
Yep.
Giving up the positioning advantage to gain back some of the gain a little bit of income, best move to go here. And also at this point, HHH knows all the positions of Kingu, but Kingu does not know that HHH has Scandinavia. He will soon because of the income.
yeah, HHH doesn't absolutely know that he's in Taiwan, but he could probably assume it, and then
because of the income,
yes.
He's got to assume it at this point, because there would be no other way to get Indonesia that quickly. So HHH at a disadvantage, but he's not in a position where he can't turn it around. So this becomes very interesting.
Kingu does end up blockading in Nigeria to to protect in South America.
That's a very wise choice coming from Kingu. HHH obviously trying to stop that at any point necessary, not able to do it, which gives Kingu yet another safe bonus.
Oh yeah.
While now HHH has to struggle to find another bonus.
Yep. And also, he doesn't get a card at turn 4.
Things not looking good here for HHH.
Not at all.
But, you know, we've seen great players be in bad situations able to turn them around.
Yep.
Right here, an instrumental turn, Kingu able to get that reinforcement card and able to get South America. And now it looks like HHH is going to prod into Taiwan and try to get that second border with Indonesia, his best option. And it looks like he's decided that the best bonus to go for at this point is West Russia, and I have to agree with him on that one. That definitely the best move right there. Because the only other one that I see that he could go for aptly is going to be the Middle East. The Middle East is not an efficient bonus. So,
yep.
Best idea there.
And Kingu, anticipating him moving into Shanghai, puts a lot there to prevent that. But HHH doesn't even do that at all.
What? Nice fake coming from HHH to make Kingu spend that precious turn and income to try to block something that HHH does not end up doing, which gives HHH the nice turn to kind of set himself into West Russia, even though he's still down. We're going to see that HHH is going to be able to get back up in income. So
yep.
He has not lost this yet. This is quite nice play coming from HHH. To be expected, though.
Ooh.
As we see an order priority card. Okay, so he uses his order priority to completely get HHH out of East China, and HHH with that great turn right there into Southeastern Asia, anticipating that Kingu was going to move everything into East China. What a brilliant move. And this right here is going to give HHH such an advantage in positioning. And wow. That blows me away that he was able to pull that one off.
Yep.
And he had to. Because if he hadn't, this game would be in much more dire straits.
Yep, and unfortunately he does not quite get West Russia. Barely gets denied from that. If he had gotten that, then that probably would have sealed the game right there. Because as Kingu used his order priority this turn, Triple HHH still has his, so that he can use it next turn. That way he can get away from Hong Kong.
He can actually use his order priority to get into Indonesia and completely stop Indonesia. And that would give HHH such a clear income advantage that I don't think Kingu would have been able to get back up after that. That was such a brilliant move coming from HHH. And as we can see, Kingu isn't going to be able to even complete East China because he's not able to border with the most northern territory. That, yet again, props to HHH on that move. That was brilliant.
Oh, yes. Except instead of doing the obvious, he doesn't even try to hit into Malaysia the next turn. He just expands. Starts expanding into Greenland, finishes off West Russia, and then uses the extra guys that he got from having Southeast Asia for one turn.
Huh.
He was expecting Kingu to hit
Yeah.
down into Thailand though, and hits from Myanmar, but doesn't end up getting that.
Kingu with the order delay card. I think HHH should have expected an order delay card to be played at this turn.
Yep.
And yeah, Kingu able to use full advantage with that order delay card. We do not see the strike onto Indonesia because HHH decided he did not have enough income to actually go into there. HHH deciding to prod into Greenland. I'm iffy about that because I don't know whether or not, he's going to have enough time to expand into it. I guess at this point he's decided that, hey, this is going to end up being a long game anyways. Might as well get that advantage into another territory. So I can kind of see it working into his favor as turns go on, but
Yep.
at this point you just got to try to get back some positioning advantage.
And then HHH is expanding into Greenland, getting into a position to get all of that the same turn that Kingu actually finishes in Beijing. So this means that for this turn, Kingu's up by 5 reinforcements at the end of it.
But it looks like HHH is going to get back that 5, being able to get into finish Greenland. And it seems HHH has turned this game more into about East China, as he is obviously going to go for the territory in West China to border all three. So this is going to be very interesting, that area. Um, yeah, and Kingu finally able to close HHH off of Africa. I don't see how this is really going to help him that much because, one, he's not going to be able to get West Africa because he blockaded in West Africa. And two, he's not going to really get an efficient bonus out of South Africa. So, don't really see that going to work out into his favor. HHH seems to be getting back up an advantage. If he's able to stop the Southeastern Asia, is going to be a very interesting game.
And Kingu does start expanding into South Africa.
Which again, inefficient bonus, but
Yep.
I guess it's his best idea to expand.
And then we're starting. And then he does take Shanxi to try to prevent that border with East China, and HHH
And
doesn't even attack into it.
yeah, he expects it, so he's going to go more into Inner Mongolia to be able to border Beijing. Or maybe he's going to anticipate that Kingu is going to go into Inner Mongolia and just make Kingu waste that turn. So we'll see how this goes. HHH able to stop the Southeastern Asia bonus and any movement into Western China. So very great move for HHH. He's finally getting back an advantage. Obviously, we see he has the army disadvantage, but if he's able to break a bonus, he's going to be able to get that army advantage, disadvantage gap closed.
Yep, he has
Coming.
actually less than half the armies that Kingu has. Kingu was 70, Hey with only 30. Even though they do have identical incomes, that army disadvantage is quite significant.
Yes, but HHH being able to move around much better than Kingu, it looks like he's able to use those armies a little bit better than what Kingu can. So, going on with the long-term game idea, it seems HHH deciding to go into Europe.
Yep.
Which, not really too bad because he has so many borders with Europe that he's going to be easily get it in 2, 3 turns. I see that
Hmm.
he probably get it in 3 turns quite easily.
Personally, I probably would have focused a little bit more on Canada.
I don't
Uh,
know
I mean, they are the same size.
it would take again 3 turns to get that. So yeah, I think Europe was the better choice in this frame because he's able to get those borders much easier. So the luck does not give him a disadvantage. Um, a little bit more interesting, we see more into Asia. Man, HHH just not able to gain much ground in Asia.
Yeah, he does get into Inner
And
Mongolia, but that's really about it.
Kingu able to, oh, I see a blockade coming there. That's a little, I guess it's a little bit better for HHH. Now he knows that, hey, I can give up Southeastern Asia without any worries because now his opponent will not be able to get there. He still has such an army disadvantage, but all of Kingu's armies are focused on Asia at this point. That I can see that uh, HHH a little bit positioning. He could get East China if he has good enough luck, and Kingu doesn't put all 17 on Beijing. Huh. I can, I just see that HHH is trying to turn this into a long-term game so that he can gain some advantage
Yep.
with the European bonus.
Hmm.
Kingu expecting that Beijing attack, but it will not come. As we see HHH flipping the focal point back into Southeastern Asia, even though I thought that he was not going to really do much. That's an interesting turn because now we see that HHH is going to threaten uh, through Japan now, or make his opponent focus on Japan.
Yep.
And we see an order delay card coming from HHH, forcing Kingu to waste some armies against HHH.
Yeah, and Kingu smartly has the move from Myanmar and India as a transfer only. If he had had that as attack or transfer, then he just would have lost even more guys.
Yep, but HHH taking full advantage of his order delay card here. Gains that army disadvantage is starting to lessen the gap. But we see Kingu able to finish South Africa. Now HHH is at an income disadvantage as well as army disadvantage. It still just does not look good. But the positioning HHH is in, it seems that he's going to be able to threaten uh, East China very easily. Yeah, yet again we have the reinforcement card. So the card disadvantage that uh, HHH ends up having is
Oh
pretty different.
yes.
Um, Kingu just now figuring out about the blockade in Southeastern Asia. HHH playing, they both play an order priority card, but HHH uh, able to get the win in the order priority card. Next turn we see reinforcement coming from HHH, but at this point loses nearly everything in Asia.
Oh yes.
Looks like his only good prod is coming in from Japan. Man, things do not look good.
That big stack of 48 in Tibet. He's gonna have to hit that wasteland, otherwise those
HHH
guys won't ever be useful.
gaining the income advantage here, but it looks like it won't matter because, like you said, Kingu is going to be able to finish Western China, and rightly he should, because he has such an army advantage that he can lose that army in order to gain the income advantage back. HHH pulling yet again another interesting move. I'm seeing what he does with this. All right, he stops the Western China move. Oh man, you see, this is all chess moves because we see an opponent able to anticipate his opponent's moves to the point that he's able to somehow drag along this game that would be a lost cause for most players. So HHH able to do the unexpected, just like Sun Tzu taught us all.
And this does allow him to keep that reinforcement advantage as he starts expanding into Canada.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting moves, but now we see that Kingu is going to prod into West Russia. So suddenly, still not looking that great for HHH.
Then final turn, we do see that HHH putting a lot in Hawaii down to, so that he can hit Solomon Islands. And then Kingu doesn't look like he put enough to defend that.
Mm-hmm.
He does start threatening West Russia.
Interestingly enough, Kingu does not waste his time defending Beijing. So
Yeah.
So he loses 2 bonuses here, which is just downright terrible for Kingu at this point, to lose those 2 bonuses. At a disadvantage of 10, still gains the army advantage, but nowhere to move that 38 stack.
Yeah, he would have just outmaneuvered, especially those last few turns.
Yeah. Damn.
HHH fighting back from a seemingly impossible position.
I would not have been able to be able to salvage this game, seeing some of the major turning points of this game.
Oh yes.
That's incredible playing.
Yep. Good game. Kingu,
So
good game, HHH.
So Kingu ends up surrendering. Yes.
Yep.
And HHH is declared winner of this game. So this ends all of our first round coverage.
Yep. Okay. Some of the other games we'll just go over the results instead of going over the games themselves. In the very first match, Phantasmagoria versus Chocolate Cookie.
And we have a coming from, yeah, we have a win coming from Phantasmagoria, defeating Chocolate Cookie. It was an okay game. Phantasmagoria just able to gain positioning advantage and income advantage, and he just ends up beating the crap out of Chocolate Cookie. Was an okay game. You guys can check it out on your own. Other first round games that we did not go over, Medic versus Reza, which was a pretty good game. as we see, Medic did an interesting move, able to get into Australia, but he wastes some time going into South America. Reza just able to counter everything Medic does, and he pulls that victory off. We have you guys cover Zerby's game? No?
Serbies. No, we did
Versus
not.
Alright, well, in this game, Hedja able to beat our previous champion. In this game, I see that the pick advantage came from Hedja with a triple pick, which just gave him such a positioning advantage. He was able to out-income and out-position Zerby. It was a pretty interesting game. Pretty long, though. It looked like Zerby ends up surrendering, as Hedja said, to stop, to let the tournament continue. I could have seen where Zerby could have struggled along and won that game.
Yep.
We have we didn't go over Timinator's game with Mugen. We see that Timinator was able to get such great picks. Mugen surrendering pretty prematurely, but Timinator just able to thwart him quite easily. We have Yeon versus XC, which Yeon just dominating all throughout this game, able to get a 2-turn bonus. XC with terrible picks for the most part. This game did not last that long. Yeon was clear winner by turn 5, I would say. Yeon gained such an advantage that he's able to destroy XC, which brings us to the second round.
Yep.
Of which has already ended for you who have watched it, but we're not going to disclose what happened.
Not quite yet. As you can see in the bracket here, everyone into the quarterfinals has been listed. So we're going to decide which games we want to go over here.
I want to see the Hey 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 game versus Eon. I think that one's going to be a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
And the one where Nico lost is going to be very interesting. Phantasmagoria pulling that victory. Ooh, yeah. Spoiler alert. My bad. But yeah, that one's going to be an interesting game to watch. So those two, definitely. And kcscrag coming back in to commentate. I think so. He's still here.
Yeah, I'm here. There we go.
Alright.
Watching the stream, so I was a few seconds behind.
That's alright. Phantasmagoria versus Nico will be our next game to look at.
Alright, getting in there. And let's see this.
I'm waiting for Mythonian to put it on the stream so that we are not
Okay,
talking.
it's on the stream.
That's a good idea.
And I will mute myself so you guys can have some fun.
Alright.
And
I'm waiting for him to position it correctly. There's so little lag. Yeah.
man, that last game, that was fun to watch. Man.
Hey, pulling
Yeah,
that victory over
was a
Kingu.
great game.
Yeah. As we see here.
I felt pretty bad for Ringu, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Man,
That's a tough game.
That game was very interesting. As we see here, there's not many, yet again, no one-turn bonuses coming here. This has been a norm for this tournament. I see that it's become more about positioning and creating safe bonuses. So
Yeah, well, that's pretty fun to watch, so I don't
I,
mind that. I
I,
like
I
that.
s- I see an interesting combo on Antarctica and South America, which would be able to shelter South America into a safe bonus. So that is definitely where I see the focus of the game going towards. Um, Another, I guess, interesting one would be Indonesia and East China, because assuming nobody's going to go into Southeast Asia, that would make Indonesia a safe bonus, and East China basically safe because nobody's going to go into West China or East Russia. So obviously that's another good focus right there. And counter picks definitely going to be Central Russia as a counter pick. We're going to see East Africa as a possible counter pick. Other than that, not really. Oh, I do see an interesting move. Scandinavia and Greenland, making Greenland a two.
Yeah, that's
Oh wait,
very
wait,
nice.
that's a
Actually,
3 turn. Ooh,
let's
don't
see.
know.
Yeah, that
That's
would be. Oh, you're
that's
right.
a
Because of
turn.
its and
So
Iceland. Never
definitely
mind.
not going
Forget
to
that.
go. So all in all,
Not a top pick anyway.
not not
Not a quick expansion.
the
Hmm.
board is very odd. Let's go to uh, what they ended up picking.
Yep. Are you looking at Nico first, or
I think well, it depends on what Mythonian decides to pick on the stream. Like I said, I'm going by what I see on the
uh,
streams. We don't
got it?
confuse anybody.
Good idea.
All right, as we see Nico picking uh, picking Antarctica, and we do see a Southeast Asia pick. He sees the triple pick in the Asia. I don't I don't really like these picks.
Yeah, I like. That's pretty cool.
Because I said I don't really like him because
Oh well.
we have the Southeast Asia, which is not really going to do him much help. I think he should have
I
put
think he's
Indonesia higher.
focusing in Antarctica or East China, and then Southeast Asia.
It's just
He's not
not
planning on expanding really fast there.
this board. I think it requires you to get that South American pick and the Antarctica pick. Although the Antarctica pick does stop anybody from sheltering South America, so I do agree with that pick. But that triple pick in that region is, ooh,
I
it's
do
not.
agree that Pakistan might not be that great a pick for
Mm-mm.
worthwhile. But,
Well, and
oh,
let's see if there's any overlapping coming from
the other one's
Phantasmagoria.
good though. Everything except Pakistan, really.
Mhm.
And of course, we automatically have. Wow, is he on Phasmagoria or
Not
Phantasmagoria?
yet. Well, stream has a lag for us, so.
He's probably already on it. So anyway, Phantasmagoria, Borneo is number 1, East China, Jiangxi is number 2, and then number 3 in Pakistan, number 4 in Novo. Uh,
Yeah, he's still not on it, but
um, anyway, and then 5 in Svalbard and 6 in Greenland. That's or Quanok.
so he ends up deciding to go into uh so the triple pick yet again here in Asia. I don't agree with it. I don't know why both players have decided to do a triple pick there. Um, um, he's obviously going to be able to tell that his opponent's going to be in Antarctica because one of his picks in Asia is going to overlap, making him get his 5th pick. I see him getting 125 out of this, or 135.
Yeah,
So,
I think so too.
so he's going to have the knowledge advantage, and Nico is going to not be able to get that triple pick in Asia. So that's going to work out of his favor. Going on to the first turn.
Yes, and yep, Borneo, Pakistan, and Svalbard for Phantasmagoria, and Jiangxi in East China, Novo in Svalbard for Nico. Or no, sorry, Moscow for Nico.
Mm-hmm. So, funnily enough, Nico actually gets good picks out of this, even though he picked pretty bad. We can see that the picks ended up working in his favor, which is very weird.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because if he got his first 3 picks just out right, it just would not have been that great of a deal for him. But
Well,
this
he
gives
might
him,
have expected to not get one of those picks, and that would actually be because he expected his opponent to pick one of those.
I guess. So right here we see that Phantasmagoria decides to focus on Scandinavia, which he thinks is safe at this point. Nico cleverly deciding to go for uh, Antarctica, which is definitely safe for him to go through. No, not much movement or deploying going on in Asia. As we can see, just Phantasmagoria trying, just prodding around, making sure he can get his bonuses quicker there. Going on to the second turn.
And let's see here. We have both players. Oh man, Nico does not get Antarctica on the second turn, but he's got it pretty sealed up for next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man, Nico. For a second, I was thinking he was gonna attack Myanmar or Thailand, and he didn't. I was thinking, man, that would have been a great move, but
Yeah, so
he didn't.
obviously we see that Phantasmagoria with 2 bonuses over Nico. Nico not able. Man, Nico.
He falls pretty far behind there.
Man, not able to get that Antarctica bonus. He's not able to
That hurts.
stop any of his bonuses, and Nico.
That was some
Nico,
bad luck and simple.
if you're watching this stream, slap yourself now. Just, oh man, I hate to see this, but yeah, it's over right here, turn 2. Ooh,
Oh,
man.
Well, the good news
And
is
with
Nico
neither
does-
players going for the safe bonus in South America, this makes this game just really not that interesting after watching Nico get beat the crap out of
it's not exactly
bonuses.
over.
Because Nico can stop this Scandinavia bonus, but he's lost all positioning and army bonus advantage at this point. That it's just,
he's fighting a bit of an uphill battle because what turn are you on?
right here he's able to get back the positioning advantage, but as we see Phantasmagoria in West Russia able to expand freely there, he's going to be able to get that bonus in 2 turns, and that'll definitely help him out. And if he's able to stop Nico from wreaking too much havoc in Southeast Asia and stop him from getting East China, this game's over. So we'll see.
I agree there. Ooh, but let's see. Yep, we have
Going on to the
Phantasmo
4th turn.
to take his bonus, and he does a good job stopping Nico in Thailand, and also taking Taiwan really hurts Nico there.
Yeah, it's just
And now
right
he's a
here.
turn ahead of him and getting a 4 bonus. That helps a lot. And he's about to get Indonesia, so he's pretty far ahead.
Yeah, like I said, it was over at turn 2, and Nico was just not able to stop anything.
Yeah, I feel like if Nico could have gotten out of Moscow and stayed alive over there and taken Myanmar, then it would have been a different game. But he
Oh yeah,
couldn't stay
definitely.
alive. The fact that he lost Moscow really, that's what killed him, I think.
Yeah, he should have made it. I don't know if he did, but he should have made his first turn going into that territory above Moscow, and that would have
Murmansk.
given him, yeah, Murmansk. If he was in Murmansk, that would have really helped him counter the Scandinavian bonus. But
Yeah, then he might have won the game then, man.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
man. He would have been able to threaten Scandinavia, and he would have got his bonus there in
going on
Antarctica. It would
to
have been very interesting. It depends on if Phantasmo could have got his first attack in from Moscow to Murmansk in the next turn.
yeah, and Pantaz with the ability to get into Taiwan is going to stop Nico from that 4 bonus, which is gonna really hurt Nico. So going on to turn 5. As we
Yep.
can see here, just
Defending in Thailand and taking Taiwan, that just seals the deal. Ooh.
Phantasma
And getting his
winning
bonus.
an upset over Nico in this with some fantastic playing. Just able to manipulate
solid.
Nico. Very solid plays here. I really enjoyed Phantasma's plays here. I think he did very well against a very hard opponent.
He just made the right moves. He got an advantage early and, didn't fall too far behind.
Yeah.
Well, never behind, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. He was just able to keep his advantage throughout the game. It was.
Yep.
And at this point, at turn 6, we can see Nico just losing everything at this point and deciding to surrender.
Yep.
Man,
He realizes, and he doesn't, for his last turn, he doesn't even get South America. That's just cruel, Gabe. Come on now. A little
the
mercy.
game just hates him.
Oh, man.
Man,
He doesn't even get Brazil. That just sucks.
which seals the deal.
Yeah. Icing on the cake. Ah. So, let's see.
All right.
What was another one you wanted to do? Was it... Or those were the two from this round you wanted to do, weren't they?
The
Hey,
next
hey, hey.
one from
Oh,
this
yeah.
round is Hey 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 versus
Yeah.
Yeon,
Yep.
which is going to be an interesting game. All right. Well,
Let's see that one.
Myth is going to be back in with kcscrag,
Yo.
Yo.
and I'm going to take a little bit of a break.
Alright. See you, Lolowut.
Okay, HHH versus Yeon. Going to pull that up in just a second. Bang. Congratulations to Phantasmagoria for the last game.
Yeah, really a quick game. Taking advantage of his advantage to win it.
Oh yeah,
Good job. Just did everything he needed to do.
indeed. Okay. So this game, HHH versus Yeon. We have... South America's not looking too bad this game either.
Darn it, how do I get off of that?
Oh, you having trouble pulling up the game?
No, I went on someone's picks and I wanted to look at them without seeing the numbers.
Oh.
But anyway. All right. Well, that's interesting. West Russia, normally a pretty big focal point in the game, is
Completely not in play, really.
yeah. Whenever you have one of those wastelands up in there, it's very interesting. It
Oh
throws
yes.
things off. Really makes the game dynamic, I guess. And then West Africa. Oh man, wow.
That
The
makes South America
Americas.
more important,
Oh yeah, the Americas look beautiful in this.
except East U.S.
Yeah, of
and
course.
Greenland.
Well, I mean, Central and South,
Yeah, yeah.
and Antarctica. And then, of course, no one's going to pick Indonesia, so yeah, Australia or Antarctica, those would be all right. Australia for pretty slow expansion.
Yep.
Hmm. Wow. Interesting picks. Or interesting possible picks. Let's see. Hmm.
Okay.
Well,
so-
I'm not sure exactly what I'd pick for numbered picks, but I would definitely concentrate in the Americas,
and
or
Yeon
Antarctica,
yeah,
Australia,
exactly. Yeon's doing
like
something
that.
similar to that. Looking at his picks, he has Norway as number one, followed by Brazil and Mexico, and then alternates being Scott, Pakistan, and Dudinka. I definitely agree with him going into Brazil and Mexico. I probably would have had those focused a little bit higher than Norway, though.
Well, I actually don't mind it too much because if you think about it, West Russia is wasteland, so it's Scandinavia is a safe bonus,
Yeah, Scandinavia is an extremely safe bonus, indeed.
and Greenland's not even a problem at all. So,
Yeah.
and no one starts in Europe, of course. Central Russia's the only problem, and that would take a bit. Yeah, he's got at least 3 turns for that. And
Yep.
then,
So overall, some decent picks by him. He's got the alternates in Antarctica and then Pakistan. Dudinka, I
I
don't know.
can't really complain because if you think about it, if he doesn't get all of his first 3 picks, then someone's definitely got Scandinavia. So Central Russia's the best
Yeah, it's a
threat.
counter pick, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep, okay, well,
I don't mind these. I think they're reasonably well spread out.
comparing
Nice.
them to HHH, we have Norway as number one, and then
Yeah, they
Scott
both like
number
Norway.
two, and then Dudinka number three. Alternates being in Beijing, Brazil, and Kyrgyzstan. He seems to be focusing more around Asia.
Yeah, that's that's interesting. West China is not going to be viable to take, of course, but
Yeah, I sort
other
of.
than that,
I do-
Eurasia isn't so bad.
Yeah, I'm sort of liking these picks. That allows him to get. He wants to get Norway and Scott 2 of the 3 bonuses, and then he
He'd
has.
like to get all 3.
Well, yes, but he has Dudinka, which he can get in 2 turns, a 4 bonus, and then Beijing, which he could probably get 2 turns after that. So he's able to get some 4 bonuses pretty quickly, and he has those 1, 2 in Norway, Finland. Probably as alternate picks. I don't think he would really focus on those because those are still 2-turn picks. When he could get a 4 bonus 2-turn pick instead.
I realized I said something impossible earlier. I don't think it's possible for you to not get all of your first 3 picks. That was really weird. I think I said that if...
Yeah, that's impossible.
yeah, well, I know, but I think I actually said that earlier.
Hmm.
Anyway.
Okay, well, continuing on, let's see what they actually got. Yeon got his first pick in Norway, second in Brazil, third in Mexico, so he got his first 3. Comparatively, HHH did not get his first pick, which was Norway, but he did get his other 3 in Scott, Dudinka, and Beijing, so he knows that he's in Norway, but that's the only thing that he knows, and Yeon does not know anything. He can guess, but he doesn't actually know anything for certain.
Yep, and that makes this Central Russia pick pretty good, because now that he knows someone's in Norway, well, he can move over there and appropriately threaten them.
Yep. And HHH, or Yeon focusing in Norway as HHH focuses in Scott. And then Yeon does move down to Argentina very smartly. That will allow him to at least, contest Sipple instead of letting HHH get that bonus simply. And then, HHH moves down to Omsk from Dudinka, interestingly enough.
I guess he figured he'd try to get the 4 then, and then threaten Scandinavia later on.
Yep.
That's the only thing I can think about that. And that's not a bad choice, because he'll still be able to threaten it Murmansk either way.
And HHH putting enough in Antarctica to finish that, and luckily when he takes Sipple with 4, he keeps 3 alive. And so when Yeon attacks down there with 4, he does not quite take it.
Yep, it's a 4 attacking a 3 instead of a 4 attacking a 2.
Yep, I mean you still got a
big difference.
You've got it's still possible to win, but much less likely.
Yes.
And then so now both of them have a 3 bonus taken. Yeon almost blocking Sipple. Man, if he had done that, that probably would have helped him out a lot this game. But HHH is able to get it anyways, and Yeon has Scandinavia. HHH is now in a position to get East China, but Yeon is in a position to get South America, not quite as easily though. Or he could go for Central America.
What turn are you on right now? Sorry.
3. Just started 3. Okay, and Yeon deciding to go for Mexico as HHH focusing on Shanghai. Okay, this will allow him to get a 4, but Yeon will only get a 3, so... And HHH isn't guaranteeing his hitting with 3s instead of 4s, which is fine usually. And he does manage to get both of them.
But that's what you gotta do when you're defending.
Yeah.
Well, no, he doesn't know he's in South America, does he? He might be able to guess. It is a pretty likely pick.
You mean Central America?
South America.
Well, he knows he's in South America.
From the picks? Or...
From Sipple.
Oh, did he... Oh, he moved there last turn? Oh, sorry. Confusing the turns. I bet.
Okay.
I meant on turn 2.
Yep. Ooh. And HHH going all out offensive in Sipple, realizing that he probably has an advantage, and Yeon only putting down 6. Ooh. Because he decided to go for the entire bonus. And this allows HHH to take it. So right there, that's game pretty much. I don't see a good way to come back from that.
Yeah. Oof. Especially with Scandinavia, you can't spread freely over. You can't expand freely over there. Yeah. Yeah. There's not much Yeon can do here.
Wow. Yeah. And then they both lay their cards down. Yeon trying to defend in Colombia, and HHH is just going to grab Central Russia to get even farther ahead.
Yep. I always like it when players do that.
Oh yeah, and he also starts moving into Vorkuta to start working towards Scandinavia now, as he should do.
And
now he's leading 16 over 11.
All over Central Russia. That just puts him, really far ahead.
Oh yeah.
3 bonuses to 2.
Oh yep. And now they meet in Murmansk, Arkhangelsk. We'll see who can win there. Yeon putting everything there. HJ putting 14. Ooh, but Yeon ramming into it. That draws it right there. That HHH able to get there, threaten Scandinavia like that. There's just no way that Yeon can really do anything in that game, and so rightfully he surrenders at that point.
He knows it's pretty much over, especially with Scandinavia threatened. It's
yep. HHH just able to get that lucky thing in Sipple at the start, keeping 3 alive, sealed the game pretty much right there.
That's, well,
Because that allowed him to get East China
I wouldn't say that
easily.
sealed it for it, but that gave him an advantage.
Yeah,
It-
that put him in a
Well,
position to seal
that
the game.
taking of Argentina sealed it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then, of course, the Murmansk attack, too. Oof. But that's just an example of how luck can play into this sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
4 attacking at 2. Normally, we expect to, or I expect to lose 2. And, well, he happened to lose 1 there. And so he had a 3, and 4 attacking a 3 isn't very likely.
Indeed. Yep.
Occasionally, luck does play into this.
Okay, so good game, Yeon. Good game, HHH. Congratulations to HHH for advancing to this next round of the tournament.
Indeed.
All right, and that concludes our coverage for the quarterfinals. As we're going to move on to the semifinals now.
Yep.
Just some highlights. Reminding you that Phantasmagoria was able to pull off a victory over Nico. Schwenningen able to win against Reza. Kind of interesting game. Right here we see the just straight prowess of Schwenningen, and a really crappy triple pick coming from Reza. Schwenningen just able to outmaneuver his opponent and predict his opponent's moves aptly, and with an incredible income bonus, Schwenningen was able to win easily. And then the other semifinal game that we did not cover was Hedja versus Timinator.
Pretty fast game.
A really, really fast game. Only 5 turns, Timinator able to best his opponent. It looks like Hedja here was going for the 2-turn bonus of Central America, which did not end up in his favor with Timinator in South America, and also Hedja in Indonesia, Timinator in East China, leaving Timinator with a safe bonus in Scandinavia, just allowing him that overwhelming positioning and income advantage, and we see Timinator just dominating. So which leaves us with Schwenningen versus Phantasmagoria and HHH versus Timinator in the semifinals. Quite interesting matchups. I'm hoping that we only go through one of them, which I would like to go through the HHH versus Timinator. I know we've gone through 3 HHH games now, but
They're all fun to watch.
But, last tournament we went through 3 Schwenningen games because, it just depends on the matchups. Because HHH play quite interesting matchups throughout this entire tournament that we just cannot ignore what's going on here. So, I believe it's Mythonian and I going to be
I'll go
doing
ahead and start
HHH versus Timinator.
And so let me pull that game up. Been trying not to spoil it. Actually makes it noticeably harder to pull up the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Reza. I know I said crappy, but it was just you never really want to do triple picks like that, especially with the board that you had. The triple pick was just really just not that great. So, as we can see here in Timinator versus HHH, this board is perhaps the one that I like the most out of all of them so far.
Yeah.
Because it makes such an interesting pick. You see, Russia is dead.
Oh yes.
Completely dead.
And China.
And China's dead, which leaves the focus down to Africa and Americas,
Yep.
which, and also you could go for Antarctica and Australia, making Australia safe, which would be interesting to do, although Australia is kind of slow. Um, I also see that you could go with the Central America, South America pick and get that pretty easily. The only one turn pick would be North Africa and West Africa. That's a one turn, but it's a very, very lucky one turn,
Huh?
I think.
How's it a one
Okay.
turn?
Oh wait, you're not going to be able to. Huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, it is
Unless you're
because
like hitting with twos or something.
you'd have to hit all with threes.
I don't think you can. You can do one
Seven,
three
seven.
there and then
If you split it
two
seven, seven.
threes there. You would have to hit one with a two.
Oh yeah, that's right. Heh. So yeah, that's not one turn.
Yeah, the only one turn is
Sucks.
Antarctica that I can see.
And which is not an efficient one
Yeah.
because you picked South Africa. So.
Or you can choose Argentina.
Oh yeah, you can. Huh. So obviously all the movement coming here, Americas and Africa,
Yep.
which is probably going to make this a quick game, I would think. As we can see at top, it only goes 9 turns.
Hey, that's a spoiler.
No, it
I know, I'm
that's
joking.
not really a spoiler. All right.
Okay, so looking at the picks, we have Timinator going Argentina, and then Pakistan, Georgia. Interestingly enough, he's going to focus in Caucasus.
Huh. That's actually I didn't see that, but you can definitely yeah, this is definitely an interesting pick cycle because he's anticipating that his opponent is going to be focused with the Africas and Americas, that he's decided to make, you know, the safe choices.
Yeah.
And this is this could work out for him very well. Let's see what HHH goes for. I don't agree with the 4 and 5 pick that Timinator does,
Oh.
using that South Africa bonus because it is the most inefficient bonus on the map in terms
Yeah,
of.
exactly. Huh. Interestingly, with HHH, he had the same idea with Caucasus, except he put them on higher priority 1 and 2 instead of 2 and 3,
Oh,
and then 3 in
so
Argentina. So nearly the same idea.
wow.
In,
Wish
in fact, all 6 of his picks are the exact same. It's just in a different order.
hilariously enough, everything that I just said in the beginning was completely discredited. So obviously, both opponents not really putting too much focus in the Americas. This
Yeah.
is,
Oh, and I think the reason why they went for South America was more as a counter for Antarctica.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, it seems they both did that. That's number 5.
huh? This
Yeah, yeah, Intimidator just said that in the chat, so.
completely overlaps. So both players should. Well, one player might know all the positions. They both might know 2 of the positions.
We'll, we'll just have to see how this works out. Yeah. This is
Uh,
going to be
because
full
I,
contention.
because I forget exactly what the rules are of overlapping completely. Because I've seen sometimes a second pick for somebody will overlap somebody else's first pick. So
Hmm,
the rules for that are
hmm,
very
that's
weird.
interesting.
I've asked Vizor about it at least once, I think, and I don't remember what his reply was.
Well, it works the same way as just orders normally. It's random who goes first, and then they get their first pick, and then the other person gets
Yeah.
their next highest ranking pick. If it's not 1, then they get 2. And
So
then it goes back and forth like that.
so yeah, this is a really good showcase of, exactly how overlapping picks work.
So we'll see how it works out this time.
I know that
HHH getting his first, fourth, and fifth picks.
so which gives him pretty good information of where his opponent is going to be.
Yeah, he knows that he's in Georgia and Argentina. Timinator, conversely, has his first, third, and sixth picks, so he knows all 3 of HHH's locations.
All right. Well, HHH has the option of getting Antarctica the first turn. Although knowing that his opponent in Argentina, I don't know if he's going to try for that.
Yeah, and he also knows that he's in Georgia, so really, it's like he doesn't really have a good way to expand except maybe Southeast Asia.
And that's going to be very slow.
Yeah. I mean, he could.
Obviously, Timinator with the advantage over picks right here and positioning, able,
I wonder what
able
Terminator
to.
would try to expand as.
I would go
Maybe
with West Africa
West
because
Africa. Maybe, yeah. He could also
West
try
Africa
South America. Maybe move to Nigeria and use that to help in Brazil.
that that's another option that he can pick. Um, the reason why I say West Africa is I think some of his picks overlap to the point that he knows that West Africa is uh, pretty much something that HHH does not know.
Possibly, yeah, yeah, he should know that indeed. So yeah, that's an unknown area. So HHH won't really counter that as he would try to counter South America.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think. Um, and Schwinnigan going, I hate luck. Yeah,
Yep. Huh.
yeah. This
HHH.
is just how luck goes sometimes. Sometimes it goes way in your favor. Sometimes not at all.
Yeah. HHH still deciding to focus on South Pole. He decides to hit Sipple first move with 8. Really the
Huh.
best move he could have made if he was going to go for that.
Because we see that Timinator is going to run into that.
Yeah, he tried to make it his first move, but Hey got his first move in first.
So
So,
not only did Hey get the first pick, but Hey also got the first move.
yes.
So
Unfortunately for Terminator.
yeah, but this is not very this part is not very game changing yet
Yeah.
because Timinator does not lose too much over the collision, and it looks like HHH is still in a pretty bad position to counter Timinator.
Yep. And Terminator doesn't indeed seem to be focusing at least a little bit in West Africa more than anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And they put everything to in that contention Sipple in Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he tries to work on India a little bit, really, but doesn't quite get India. Gets denied in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's yeah, HHH. This is the only move he could have gotten, um, because he just did not have the opportunity to uh, finish Antarctica. And then at this point, I think Timinator gains a pretty good advantage. I think some people might say that this is the first turning point of the game to where it tips into Timinator's favor. But as we've seen before, HHH defies laws of physics and decides that
Yep.
whoever has the advantage does not matter.
But turn 2, Terminator gets the card piece. HHH does not. And now instead of 4-1, it's 5-1 in Argentina to Sipple. So it's like if Terminator puts everything there again, he can't defend against it this turn. It'll be 9 attacking 6. And that
So
will be his odds.
yet again, we see HHH not even caring whether or not he loses the card advantage. It just was unlucky for him not to get India.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it's a lucky and unlucky game for HHH. Because even though he got his first pick and his first move, he still did not get the picks that he really wanted, and he's just at such a disadvantage at this point. As we see HHH giving up in
Antarctica.
Antarctica. Timinator, expecting HHH to give up in Antarctica, does not put as much into Argentina and starts focusing on West Africa. And as we can see, the second point of conflict is going to happen when Timinator goes to finish West Africa and spots HHH in South Africa, which is going to really mess with HHH because now his only good bonus is going to come from Southeastern Asia. Neither opponent has a bonus coming into turn 3, which is does
Very
not happen
rare.
often.
Yeah. Huh. And then, yeah, HHH deciding to blockade in Novo to protect him in South Africa, but he also finds out that he's in Congo, and then he got that bonus. So that's
Oh
just like
man.
that's just shattering right there. Oh,
Ah man. Need some ice for that. HHH.
mm,
Add insult to injury right
oh
there.
yeah. And then him being one turn ahead in the cards this next turn.
Is going to be reinforcements. Oh man.
Yeah, not only that, but he's also going to move into Iran. It looks like, yep, Iran. Oh, and now he's threatening in Pakistan.
Oh
So it's
man,
just like insult
HHH.
after insult to this injury.
Oh man, HHH. You poor HHH. I can't believe I'm saying that. Man, he should have surrendered right there.
He's trying his hardest. He wants to get into a position to threaten uh, West Africa. He was hoping that he would hit down into Botswana so he could come from Kenya. I mean,
Mm.
but unfortunately, he just sat there in Congo and only hit with 2.
Which was a very safe move for Timinator.
Yeah.
Man. Intimidator almost. He's going to be able to get South America next turn.
Yep. So
As
he's
we can
just
see,
working farther and farther ahead.
he only has to use 8 of his armies to guarantee South America. Obviously, he's not going to do that. One of them's at least 1 or 2 of them are going to be 4s. Yep. So he decides to go with all 4s, which, all right, that's understandable because he's still in the lead anyways.
Yep. And Terminator able to get South America
It
turn
seems that
7.
HHH is desperately trying to find a way to hit. Oh, I see what Terminator is doing. He deployed those extra troops to delay uh, his moves coming up here.
Mhm.
Of course, they don't work, and HHH is able to pull off his order delay, but not able to do any damage there. Intimidator with that luck, able to get South America with all 3s.
Yep.
Dang.
And then, that next turn, just putting a whole bunch in Iran, more than HHH expected, and with an order delay on top of that, ends up taking Pakistan.
Ouch. And right there is good game.
Yep, HHH
Man,
surrendering there. He put up a good fight, tried to come back from a really bad position at the start. Not quite able to, though.
yeah.
So, good game, HHH. Congratulations, Timinator, for advancing to the final round.
Alright, since the final round is underway, we're not. We can look. Uh, ooh, we're going to look at this game.
Phantasmagoria versus Shivinian.
Yes, we're going to look at this game. Normally we wouldn't, but there's something that happened that we need to look over this game. So, looks like kcscrag's coming back up.
Looks like it.
Alright. Oh man. I was going to skip over this and, just,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know, do something else, but it's funny. We've
Okay.
We've got an interesting semifinal round between Phantasmagoria and Swinigan that I can't resist not doing this one. kcscrag is taking over Mythonian's chair so that he can control the stream.
All right.